All right. Hey folks, welcome back. Episode 2 in the series of, is this Sfar vindication, or is this just proving once again by somebody else that there's issues abounding? I think we got a hole in the sky for a little bit. We might get a little filtered sunshine, might get some bright sunshine, but the rain has moved off for a while. We've only gotten a couple inches in the last 24 hours. Jesus, Memorial Day, don't you love it? If you're wondering what that noise in the background is, if you can hear it, I got the dead gerbil on the lavalier mic. Hopefully it's cutting out most of it, but that yes, once again, we are adjacent to a wind farm. In fact, we're smack dab in the middle of one. So bear with me on that, if you will. If you can hear it, if it distracts you, I'm sorry about that, but we're very limited on place we can get to right now. What we got is either going to be Ruger SFAR in 308 vindication, or maybe just, is it truly got issues that we, the general public, are being used as beta testers for? And I'm serious about that. It pisses me off. But a lot of the companies are doing it, and we didn't agree to it, but you know, we can always go spend twice as much money from something from a company that still has quality control people still on their staff that know what they're doing. So, as I said in the previous video, we're going to start out right now with the brake on the unit. We're going to start on position 2, which is what the book says most is commonly used for commercial loaded ammo, but we are using M80 ball. So I'm going to find out if that makes a difference. So stand by, let's get the camera angle changed, let's get this puppy on a sandbag, and we'll send a few rounds down range. Now we're going to have not so much focusing on target accuracy, anything like that. Right now we're testing the weapon. I'm going to have the camera angle set so that I can see a real good, we can both see what it is that's happening with the weapon when it fires. We're going to be looking for signs of excessive gas and things like that. So stand by, bear with me, and we'll get it set up and be right back. Oh, by the way, in yesterday's video, I spoke about the optic being a Vortex strike fire. That was incorrect. I've got several of them I've used on weapons over the years, and it just came out by natural instinct. It's a Vortex Strike Eagle 1-6. And as one can see, we are using M80 ball, the Federal, what I would call commercial Federal 7.62 by 5.1 149 FMJ. Alright, we got this puppy set up. Stand by, we'll change the angle, and let's do a little testing. Here we go. Alright, now normally I'd have the camera angle set so that you could see my beautiful, manly, toxic masculinity face in all my raging glory. But right now, what we want to do is observe the weapon and its operation. So y'all just going to have to do without seeing my wonderful mug for a little bit. Now we have the weapon set on setting 2. I have a 20-round magazine inserted in the magazine well, and it is locked in place. And we're going to throw the bolt on and see what type of hijinks is going on in here, just in case there's any hijinks going on. So stand by. Rings that steel. I can tell you this, I'm getting plenty of gas right now. I don't want to go to level 3. Okay. Stand back. Either I've got an empty gun or I've got a malfunction. Well, I have an empty gun, but it did not lock back on an empty magazine. Let's see if we can duplicate that. Stand by. One round in the magazine. Magazine in place. Okay, now I have a bolt lock, but the charging handle, which is not the factory charging handle, decided to go ahead and jump back and tweak me in the nose. Why it wanted to do that, I don't know. I've never experienced that on an AR platform before. All right, stand by. All right, we're going handheld for a minute. Something I want to take note of. Now, all of us know and used to using these weapons are pretty used to seeing some brass on the front of the deflector plate. I don't know how it winds up on the back, but I can point this out. Alright, this is our direction of fire. This is the weapon. We're going to turn the camera on a center line axis of the butt of the weapon. I'm going to show you where it put the cases. Alright, so this is 3 o'clock. I have one case there, another one down here. Now, I had to look for 2 minutes thinking they were all the way on the other side of the road. Nope, they're not over there. Guess where the cases are? The other 8 do. Yeah, way the hell and gone back over here at 5:15, 5:20. I don't know what is going on with that, but that's the hardest ejection angle I've ever seen on an AR, and that does show that even right now there is quite a bit of gas rolling through there, probably more than we should have. Awesome, completely awesome. And in case you didn't hear that last part, because I had the microphone on the truck and I walked away, this is 3:15, 2 cases. The rest of it is over here at 5:15. Damn near, and I mean at 85 degrees to the rear of the piece. I've never seen that before. All right, stand by, let's do something else. All right, we've got another 20 round mag, but it's only got 19 in it, being placed in the weapon. And what we're going to do now, the same thing, do a mag dump, But this time I've got the camera angle set so that we can observe the cases as they leave the weapon. We're going to do 10 rounds observing where they go to from wide angle view, and then I'm going to zoom the camera in some and we'll see if we can get a good picture of the flight path and what might be happening on the back side of this deflector, because that's strange. All right, stand by. And on what should have been the 10th round, we have either a dud or no round in the chamber. Let's find out. No round in the chamber. So, suffice it to say, on setting 2, that can be a common occurrence. We'll fire the 10th round, then we'll switch the camera angle. And we'll make sure we've got a round in the chamber. And no round in the chamber. Okay, stand by. Okay, let's fire those last 9 rounds out of this magazine. See if we can do 9 in a row without having to cock it. Okay. Sure you can see it. Let's go ahead and zoom it up. What do you say? Yep, that bolt is laying on top of the cartridge. That's right, friends, you guessed it. That bolt ran in over the top of that cartridge case, not behind it. You know, this is starting to feel like a rerun. I feel like I've seen this episode somewhere before. Oh yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, okay. Tom, got some deja vu going on yet, buddy? Let me tell you something. I'm starting to get kind of wormy about this. Stand by. Alright, we've got the magazine back in place. Let's see if we can get through the rest of this 20 round magazine without having to do something else. Click! Mother McCree, I don't know what's happening, Scotty. Scotty, you got to give me more power. I'm sorry, Captain, I cannot do it. The dilithium crystals, they're melting down. Sometimes when you feel the anger coming on, you just got to take a trip back in time. Stand by. What the hell's happening now? My bolt is fully forward. There is no cartridge in front, but there are cartridges behind. Alright. Kill them all, let God sort them out. Not on setting 2. Son of a bitch, and I know there's another bullet in there. Yep. It says you can use the 0 setting to have a manually operated single shot AR. I think you can use the number 2 setting as well. And I got a charging handle back here in my nose. Okay, this charging handle is made by Radian. And, well, yeah. For those of you that love Radians. What the is going on? Oh, okay. Let's take a close-up of this. What do you say? Shit. I'm gonna run out of camera battery. There you go, friends. Another FUBAR moment. God, stand by. Okay, I'm doing this handheld with my phone, but I want you people to observe something. On this towel, you see these tiny, shiny little flecks that look like pieces of grass or lint or something. That's not what that is, friends. That ain't what that is. This is all little pieces of brass that have somehow been shaved off out of this weapon while I'm firing. I've never really experienced this much before, but I'm thinking that from the looks of them, their shape and their length, I'm pretty sure that extractor is literally ripping chunks of brass off the cases. I've experienced that before, but I've never seen it in that bad of a level. This is horrendous. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I've only got 2 rounds left in that magazine. I really would like to fire them both in a row without having to cock the piece. Okay, have a click, which means the bolt is down, the sear is open, but all right, didn't pick up the last round. Let's see if she holds open this time. And no hold open. Definitely the last round. Got a click. Stand by. All right, the next phase of this debacle, we have, as you might have noticed from the still I put just before the scene, we have now moved to setting 3. I've also adjusted the camera angle so that we can hopefully try to get at least a good idea of what kind of gas is coming out of this weapon. The wind's coming just across our beam at about 5 degrees from the left. So any gas that escapes should roll into the rear background with that dark background. Hopefully we'll get to see some of it, if however much there is. All right, we have another 20 round magazine, M80 ball. Let's see what happens. Shit, who knows? Stand by. Sorry about that, folks. Didn't mean to grody you out, but god damn. Whew. What is it they used to say? The harder the cough, the better the off. Whew. God. Okay, I can't wait to review that footage. But we did get 20 rounds without a hiccup, and we do have a full and complete lockback on setting 3. That's all of that I'm doing. Let's switch to something else. What do you say? Woo, damn. Stand by. Alrighty then. Whew. I think I've recovered from my smoke inhalation incident. Hell, I'm a vapor and it doesn't affect me like that. Alright, so as you can see, the barrel of this weapon just chubbed up quite a bit. Got that big old 338 Lapua can on there. We have, you can tell by the still photo I put in front, taken the system down to #1 setting. So we got a 20 round mag in, and we're gonna find out if it does worth the shit on this. We've also kept the same camera angle to see what kind of gas experience we get. So stand by, let's have some fun with this. I'm sure we will. Shit. I might as well go buy a pack of Marlboros. Now, yes, suppressors do gas a gun up. I'm not saying it's the gun's fault. And it still hits the steel center, which tells me that adding the weight of that suppressor hasn't really affected its trajectory much. So that's a good thing. Holy shit! I may need a fire extinguisher. Look at that. You can see the heat mirage coming off that can. Alright, stand by. Alright, I think I know what some of you at least are thinking about. You're saying to yourself, Brett, that's all fine, well and good. Well, it's sitting there on bags. You got a good shoulder plant. What about when you're just offhand? Well, hell, let's find out. She'll walk and talk with you a little bit, but she gets down with it. Now let's find out how she acts when she ain't got nothing on the front to help with recoil. Stand by. Oh, and by the way, I might mention, now it's throwing cases at 330, 345. Setting 1 put your cases in a good spot. Alright, I feel like I know what some of you is waiting for. How's it feel when you don't have a brake or a suppressor? Well, hell, let's find out. So I'm going to pick it up and run 10 rounds as fast as I can and recover from recoil. Then we'll put the brake back on and I'll run 10 more rounds. This ought to be, and we're doing it from an offhand position. This ought to be pretty fun. I could feel it a little more than I did. Stand by, let's throw a brake on. Alright, last 10 rounds of the first 100 for today's testing. Got the brake back on, got her set and clocked right, and now we're going to go ahead, do a mag dump. I'm going to pull the trigger as fast as I can. Try to get a few double taps in and see if we can see and feel the difference in the weapon's operation. Stand by. Well, it didn't lock the bolt open, but I think you can see it certainly don't rock you quite near as bad, does it? Those are pretty good double taps. I like those. When you can double tap a 308, ba-boom, ba-boom, yeah, that's certainly fun. All right, we're going to call that a close to testing today because I got to go get some oxygen. Damn. They shouldn't call it the Sfar. They ought to call it the gas Sfar would be a good one. So tomorrow we're going to come back out. We've still got another 100 rounds. And I'm going to take it home, give her a good cleaning, get her nice and pretty again. And we're going to sit down on the table and see what kind of accuracy get with this Vortex Strike Eagle fast acquisition combat sight. See how it does. So I really appreciate you guys coming out with me today. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I hope you did too, and I hope you learned a little something. I hope you had fun with it, and stay tuned for episode 3 coming at you tomorrow sometime. We're going to see what kind of accuracy we can wring out of this puppy. So as far as I can tell, for after action on today's test, it's what I come away with. Yes, like the book says, you have to kind of tailor that gas system to the load you're using. And on setting 2, where it said, this is your most commonly used setting, not with M80 ball, baby, you got to go to 3. Okay? And when you do, be ready to suck down some gas, because it's going to be there, plenty of it. Setting 1, suppressed, did a fine job, but just like all suppressed weapons, yeah, you got some gas back in your face. I think if you really wanted to do a lot of suppressed fire with supersonic ammo with a 308 platform, I'd get something that had a short stroke impingement piston system, because direct gas impingement, damn it, that's just a whole lot of smoke. It is. God. But it did its thing on setting 1 where it said it should. Setting 2, man, yeah. I've got some 178 match Federal, and of course it's going to be loaded different. It's got a heavier bullet, it's got a different propellant. We're going to give it a little test try on the second setting, number 2 setting tomorrow, and see if maybe that makes a difference. I'm thinking it might make a good one. It might make an even worse one. May wind up being a number 3 for everything except supersonic with a suppressor. Who knows? And as you just saw at the emptying of that magazine, again, no lock at all. Now this is several times it's done that today, and those mags are in place. They're brand new mags, and the springs are strong, the followers are smooth and clean. I went through them all. There's something going on, and I've seen it happen to a lot of people. There's something going on with the geometry of that bolt hold open shelf. I don't know what it is, but they need to get it figured out. So that's my takeaway from it. It was fun as hell to shoot. It was frustrating as hell when it didn't. But all in all, I put it to you this way. If you own one of these in 16-inch and it's giving you problems and you're just kicking yourself in the ass on a daily basis for ever spending your money on it, first person that offers me theirs that works as good as this one did today, just at this level, I'll give you $300 for it. Honest to God, I will. I got $300 I ain't doing nothing with, because if I was going to buy one of these, that's about all I'd spend on one. On a 16-inch. Now, I've never shot a 20-inch, and a lot of people say 20-inchers do a whole lot better. For what reason? I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Never had my hands on one of them, but I can tell you this. A 20-inch AR, 20-inch barreled AR, it ain't a good truck gun, and it's no fun to lug that heavy bastard around. They're heavy enough as it is. So that's kind of my takeaway. I could take it or leave it, and thankfully I get to leave this one back in the hands of its owner. But I appreciate you guys coming out. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. We're going to get out here, set up some targets, see what kind of accuracy we can get out of this puppy. Start out at 25, go all the way back to 100, maybe 150. We might see if it rings steel real good with this Strike Eagle at 200. My brother's LaRue Tactical in 5.56 did, had the exact same sight. And I tested that weapon for him, and LaRue knows how to build their ARs. I never had a hiccup with any ammo I put in it. All right, that's enough bitching and squitching. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope you had a good time. I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope you stop by, and hopefully here real soon I'll be seeing you good folks somewhere downrange. Bye.